presentation up. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, everybody. So we've got a bit of a mixture of people joining us this morning. So we've got some people that are really interested to learn more about how to use essential oils in their home. So some of you have already got a wholesale account, some of you don't have one just yet and are really just interested to learn more about the oils. And then we've also got those that have their oils, have their wholesale account and are interested in teaching their own classes and just want to check out how I teach my oil classes. So welcome to you all. So I will be going through generally how I usually teach essential oil classes when I'm at people's homes or when I'm at an event and I'm teaching an essential oil class. So when I do teach essential oil classes, we go through the form that I emailed you all. So you should have received a form that says Essential Oils for a Healthy Home. I will be going through that form, and that's how I teach my classes in person, and that's how I'll be teaching them online as well. So for anyone that is currently doing doTERRA as a business, you can order those forms. It's called the Empower Kit. And that can support you to teach your own essential oil classes. Apologies for my cough. Okay, so for those that don't know me, I'm Kim Reid. I'm the founder of the Freedom Tribe. So that's our team that we've created with over 4,000, nearly 5,000 wholesale members in our whole team that have doTERRA essential oil accounts. So I have been doing doTERRA for just over 2 years now. And when I think back 2 years ago, or 2.5 years ago before I started doTERRA, back then I was working in an executive position. So I'm a qualified kindergarten teacher, but I was in a position where I was managing other kindergartens and early childhood settings. And I've got 3 children, and I was just at a stage in my life that I was really looking for something else to do. So I really wanted to be able to work from home and be there for my children. So I was looking for some sort of business opportunity, but I wanted it to be the right one and something that aligned with me. I was studying to be a health coach, and at that time I was following lots of different health and wellness blogs and pages, and doTERRA kept popping up in my newsfeed all the time. And at the start, when I heard that they were essential oils, I sort of thought, oh, essential oils, why are they so popular? And sort of just thought that they were just something that you'd put in your oil burner. I did have an oil burner, and I did have a couple of different essential oils, but I just didn't really understand what the fuss was, why doTERRA was so popular. And then I saw somebody doing a post about oregano, and they were talking about oregano for warts. And at that stage, my daughter Amelia, she was 10 at the time, she had a wart on her foot, and we're about to go get it burnt off or either frozen off. And we sort of thought that, I thought, okay, I might as well just give that a go. I'll try oregano. And there was also another oil that I read something about that was great for concentration. And my son was having trouble concentrating at school at that time. So I got both those 2 oils, oregano and the Intune blend, and I thought, okay, well, I'll give them a go. Within 3 days of using the oregano, my daughter's plantar wart fell off her foot. It was pretty incredible. To be honest, didn't really expect that it was going to work, but 3 days later, it completely fell out of her foot. So I was really impressed by that. And with my son and his concentration using the Intune blend on the back of his neck, I was getting notes home from his teacher saying that she'd noticed a really big difference, and to make sure I always put that oil on the back of his neck. So that really got me interested right from the start. So I thought, okay, well, these obviously do work, and they are special, and they are just more than popping oils in the oil burner. So I did a lot of research and looked into them and was just blown away by how we can use these oils in our home. And with 3 children, I use them for just about everything. So I'll be going through that in our class, how I use the oils. So the class is called Essential Oils for a Healthy Home. So this is the form that I'll be going through for our class, and this is what as I said, this is what I use when I do in-person classes at people's homes. So I hope I can share a little bit more with you about how I use the oils for my healthy home. Okay, so first of all, what are essential oils? So they are pure extracts from plants. They're really, really powerful. So they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So they really do work, and they are very, very concentrated. So if you haven't smelled peppermint yet, that's one that I would definitely encourage you to try first up. But when you smell peppermint, it really hits a punch, and just 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So really, really strong, and a really pure, beautiful smell when you smell that peppermint. It's one of my favourites. So they are very safe. As I said, they're effective and affordable, and they're a really great alternative to synthetic remedies. So over the last 2 years, we haven't needed to go to the doctors. We use essential oils for basically everything. Obviously, if we needed to, we would go to the doctors. And I'm not saying that oils should replace going to the doctors when needed. Obviously, if it's something serious, or if a child broke their arm or something, I'm not going to use oils for that. I'm going to go to the doctors when needed. But just general day-to-day things, we can support ourselves to stay healthy with our essential oils. And yes, I've been using them for my cough as well. Okay, so essential oils, they don't need to replace traditional medicine. They just provide a natural alternative. So for me, I really love how when something's going on in my family, instead of feeling helpless and feeling like I need to go to some sort of medicine, I can always try my essential oils first. So I know that they're safe to use with my family and my children, and I know that they work. So, and I know that it's not just a mask for the symptoms. So I know that when I'm using essential oils, it's not just masking whatever those symptoms are, it's actually working at a cellular level for whatever that problem might be. I feel that when I'm using essential oils for my family, I'm taking informed self-care. So especially with my children, to be able to take their health in our own hands, and especially teaching them at such a young age to use natural alternatives for their health is just a really valuable lesson for them at such a young age. So my children come to me all the time asking for an oil based on what they're needing. So quite often my daughter will say to me, I've got a tummy ache, Mum, can I please have some peppermint? Or my eldest daughter has her own collection of emotional oils to support her through a lot of her emotions that she's going through at the moment. And just teaching my children those self-care skills from such a young age is really incredible. Because as we know, even as adults, sometimes we lack those self-care skills. So it's a really important skill to have for everybody. So there's no side effects. So doTERRA, a convention, released some stats, and they said in relation to side effects with the oils, I think it was in regards to getting complaints, it was 0.0002%, something like that they had complaints regarding side effects. And that very, very small amount is usually in relation to skin reactions. So obviously everyone has different skin reactions, and that's usually when they're not diluted properly. So we will be going through dilution as well, just to make sure that everyone uses them safely. And then obviously if you use them the correct way, there'll be no side effects. So they are safe for the whole family. So when we do look at some medications and some other toxic chemicals and do a bit of research and check out some side effects to those, most likely we'll see a really big long list, whereas with the essential oils we know that they're very, very safe for our whole family. So why doTERRA? So this is a question that a lot of people say, and a lot of people ask me, and they wonder why would they choose doTERRA instead of the ones that you can get from the health food shop or the supermarket. So as I said, I used to have a couple of different essential oils that I would pop in my oil burner, but I definitely don't have any of those in my household anymore. So quality is the main thing with doTERRA. So when we look at essential oils that we can get from the health food shop or the supermarket, they may have that label 100% pure essential oils, but to get that label, because there are no standards for essential oils, basically as long as it's, I think it's about 25% pure essential oils, and they can put that label on there. So it's really hard to know which ones are 100% pure, and most likely the cheap ones that you get are not 100% pure, and you don't really know what else is in that bottle. So with doTERRA, we do know that it is 100% pure because they actually get third-party testing. So it's not just them claiming it. They've got their own standard of purity, which is CPTG, so Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And that just is around their testing that they do on the oils, and making sure that they get that third-party testing to make sure there's nothing else in that bottle except pure essential oils. So their essential oils, their plants for their oils are actually grown and harvested in their natural habitat. So they don't just grow a whole lot of lemon trees where their office is. They'll get their lemons from Italy because that is their natural habitat, and that's where they get the best chemistry for the oils. So as I said, they undergo multiple third-party testing, and a lot of the time their batches that they get sent back. So they don't accept anything that doesn't meet their standards. It's something they pride themselves on, and they make sure that we definitely get the purest oils that you can find in the world. So safety and quality is the most important thing for doTERRA, and it always comes first, and I'd rather go without some oils for a while instead of taking some plants and some oils that don't meet their standards. So often we don't have some of our oils available. I know Roman chamomile and Melissa wasn't available for a little while, and that's because they couldn't get those batches that met their standards. So it is available now, but they are very, very strict on the quality of the oils. So they are very, very effective. So doTERRA actually work with a range of universities and do lots of testing on their oils and how they work with our bodies. So doTERRA oils, so you'll see that little picture there of the cell, that purple cell, and you'll see that there's that threat in there. So that could say perhaps that's a virus. And when we go to the doctors, you'll know that the doctor will say, you've got a virus, there's nothing that we can do. And that's because the medications actually can't get through that cell wall. But when we do have pure essential oils, they can penetrate through that cell wall and can work to support that threat. So they support our body to do what's needed against that threat. So they are affordable. So as I said, they're very, very concentrated and very pure. So we only do need one drop, and we dilute that one drop, and that's all we need. So there's no costly medical fees or prescriptions or constant trips to the doctor. We can just use our one drop of essential oil. And quite often when we buy things from the chemists, there's obviously just one use for it. Whereas when we've got essential oils, there are many, many uses for just one essential oil, which I'll go through shortly. Okay, so how do we use essential oils? So there are 3 ways that we can use essential oils. The first one is internally. So they are food grade oils, and we can use them in our water. There's a few blends and just a couple of essential oils that we don't take internally, but they are written on the bottle. But most of them, we can add them to water or a drop under the tongue, or we can put them in a little veggie cap. So you can get little capsules, empty veggie capsules, and put essential oils in there. So they do nourish the whole body, and they can be used for our digestive system, in our mouth, for our throat, our liver, and the lemon there is a great way to use them internally. And every single morning I'll put a drop of lemon in my water and drink that to get going in the morning. So the second way is topically. So we can apply them topically to our body. As I said, it is important to dilute them. So the general rule for dilution is 1 drop of essential oil per teaspoon of carrier oil. So a carrier oil is like a coconut oil or an almond oil, or even like an olive oil. So you just 1 drop of essential oil per 1 teaspoon of carrier oil, and for children it's 1 tablespoon per 1 drop. So when applying them topically, the feet is probably the best place to put them. So it does enter your bloodstream within 30 seconds. So really, really quick to get through your bloodstream if you apply them to your feet. So you can put them on your back of your ears, your chest, your neck, or you can even have massages with them as well. So we do need to be really careful not to touch the oils and then scratch our eyes or anything like that, because they can burn our eyes. Not severely, but sting a little bit. So we make sure that we try and keep them out of our eyes, and that we do always dilute them. So the third way is aromatically. So that is through a diffuser. So doTERRA have beautiful cold mist diffusers. So as I said, I always put my oils in an oil burner, and sometimes even use humidifiers with children. But when we heat the oil, either through the oil burner or the humidifier, it actually ruins some of the therapeutic benefits of the oils. So we actually don't want to do that. We don't want to ruin some of the therapeutic benefits if we've got these top grade oils. We want to get those therapeutic benefits within our bodies. So diffusers are the best way to use our oils aromatically. So they are cold mist diffusers. They don't get hot, and we can breathe in those benefits of those oils. So they can kill the germs in the air. So also aromatically, you can just pop them in your hand. So often I'll just put a few drops in my hand and just breathe it in that way as well when needed. Okay, so the next thing, before I start talking about some of the individual oils, I just wanted to go through doTERRA's Foundation for Health. So you'll see that little graph there. So down the bottom of that little graph is the lifestyle factors for good health. So as you know, we need to eat right, eat the right foods to be healthy. We need to do some exercise. We need to rest and manage our stress. So that we've got a range of emotional oils in doTERRA that can really support us to rest and manage our stress. We want to reduce our toxic load. So there are so many toxins in our environment, and if we can reduce some of those to keep healthy, it's really a great foundation for our health. So with doTERRA, we can replace a lot of those chemicals in our home. And then after the lifestyle factors, we've got healthcare. So we want to have informed self-care and be able to support ourselves to be healthy as much as possible. And then obviously there's some proactive medical care after that when needed. So that is doTERRA's foundation for a healthy lifestyle. So number 6 there, I hope you guys have got a pen and a paper, but if you can just have a little think about it, I want you to think about what are the top 3 health challenges or needs for you or your family. So have a think about your top 3 health challenges. So that might be sleep, stress, whatever that might be. So just have a little think about that. So it might be some sort of ailment that you might have. You might get headaches all the time, whatever that might be. If you could just list the top 3 health challenges for you and your family. So think about other people within your family as well. And if you write down those, and hopefully we can address some of those health concerns throughout this class. Okay, so here are the top 10. So these are the oils that I'm going to go through for this class. So usually if I do this class in person, I would obviously hand around the oil so you could all experience it. But today I will just be talking about some of the benefits of these top 10 oils. So they're called the Essential Collection, and they're believed that if you have all these 10 oils, then basically whatever ailment or condition comes up in your household, that one of these 10 oils will be able to support you. So I use these oils all the time, and they are definitely ones that I always use. So there's actually 11 there, but the Slim and Sassy, that one's just an extra one. The other 10 are the Essential Collections, plus there's the Slim and Sassy as well. Okay, so first I'll talk about peppermint. And as I said earlier, peppermint, 1 drop is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea, and it's such a beautiful oil. Whenever I hand this one around in my classes, it's definitely one of the favourites. It smells exactly like pure peppermint, and it's so beautiful. So it does have menthol in there. So it's really great for your digestive system. So it's great to have a drop of peppermint in some water if you've got a bit of a upset tummy or any sort of digestive issues. Really great for head tension. So that's one that you could just put a few drops on your hand and rub on the back of your neck or your temples, but be careful of your eyes. But it's really beautiful for that head tension as well. It's a cooling oil. So if you're overheated, or I've used it on my children, if their temperature's starting to rise, I just pop it on their feet, and it helps to cool your body. It's really great for alertness and focus. So I've heard of a lot of truck drivers that will have this in their car diffuser or just smell it out of their bottle when they're feeling a little bit sleepy. Really, I've heard that there's nurses on night shift that will diffuse it in their tea room to keep them alert and awake. And then just day to day, some people will just smell it first thing in the morning instead of having a coffee to get you going and alert. So sometimes I diffuse this one when my kids are doing their homework just to keep them focused. Or if I've got a lot of work to do and I need to keep focused as well, then I'll pop that one in the diffuser as well. But this is definitely one that I use in my cooking. So I love making peppermint bliss balls and peppermint slices, and even smoothies. I'll put a drop of my peppermint in my cacao smoothie. But the flavour is amazing. And I've even heard from a lot of people in my team that if they go to somebody's house and they've made like a peppermint slice and it's not doTERRA peppermint, they really notice the difference now, and definitely prefer their doTERRA peppermint to flavour their food. Okay, so the next one is lavender. This is one of my favourites, and in the past I wasn't a big fan of lavender, and some people say to me that they weren't a big fan of lavender until they smelled doTERRA lavender. It's just got such a pure smell, and it's so soothing and calming. I just adore lavender. I use it all the time, especially with my kids. So my kids love a good lavender foot massage before bed. Who wouldn't? And it helps them to have a good night's sleep. This time of the year, if I put my sheets in the dryer, I'll put a few drops of lavender on like a face washer and chuck it in there, and all our sheets smell like lavender and we have a really good night's sleep. I often put lavender in the kids' bath or in some Epsom salts for myself. And lavender is really great for irritated skin too, especially this time of the year. The kids' skin gets a bit dry from our heating and things like that. So a bit of lavender in their bath helps nourish their skin and keep it nice and soft. I do get some skin irritation on my fingers, and I always use diluted lavender on my skin. It's really great for calming, really great for emotions. So it's a really beautiful one to diffuse. And I often diffuse that one in the evenings or at bedtime. It's a really great one for babies. It's a really safe one. It's a great one to use with babies from a really young age, and I know a lot of people that use it for teething, so they'll dilute it, put it on the baby's jawline to help soothe the teething, and also really good for like nappy rash. So diluted with some tea tree to put on baby's bottoms helps to soothe that as well. Okay, so frankincense. Frankincense is one of my favorites. It's such a beautiful oil. Very strange when I first smelt it, but now I absolutely adore it. So I'm sure you've heard of frankincense was given to baby Jesus. So a very, very sacred oil. A lot of people use frankincense for meditation and for prayer, but it's a really incredible oil for overall health and immunity. So this is one that you can apply. You can do a drop under your tongue or apply to your feet daily, and it's really just great for overall health and immunity. It's great for aches and pains, so to rub on, like I know a lot of people that use it on sore knees or different aches around the body. Really great for stress and anxiety. So this is one that I often pop in the diffuser if I'm feeling really, really stressed out. But there is a lot of health benefits for frankincense, and you can check it out on PubMed as well if you want to do a bit of research. Dr. Axe has a lot of incredible articles on frankincense, so you can even check Dr. Axe out on Facebook too if you want to find out some more information on this incredible oil. So tea tree, this one is sourced here in Australia. It's a really great one to add to your shampoo to nourish your scalp. So if you've got a dry scalp, you can pop it in your shampoo. We have used it to prevent head lice. If I get a note home from school saying there's head lice going around, we'll pop some tea tree in the water spray bottle and spray our kids' hair so they don't get don't get head lice. And I've heard of people actually treating head lice with tea tree. So putting it in some conditioner and treating the hair. And people also use it in their dog shampoo for fleas as well. So you can apply it to a cotton ball, or for ear discomfort, I would pop it behind the ear, diluted, pop it behind the ear for earaches. Good for mouth, good for skin. So acne breakouts, you could pop some tea tree on there. Good for fungal toenails or fungal feet, and pop it on your feet. But yeah, that's a good all-rounder as well. So oregano. Oregano is one of the most powerful oils, super, super strong. This one you definitely want to dilute because you can definitely, it is a very hot oil. So this is the one that I use for my daughter's wart. Again, this one's good for feet and toenails, good for overall health and immunity. There is an incredible video, doTERRA video, that you might be able to find on YouTube, and it's amoxicillin versus oregano. And I encourage anyone to go check out that one. So oregano is known as nature's antibiotic. And this time of the year, any sort of infections going around, we will use oregano diluted on our feet. And I actually make a little immunity bomb. So it's in a roller bottle, and I add oregano, lemon, frankincense, and on guard. And I add that to a roller bottle diluted, and I put that on the kids' feet and my feet. I've been using it on my feet lately too. And that's our little immunity bomb. Okay, the next one is lemon. So this is the one sourced from Italy. So I pop this in my water daily to have a bit of a flush and a bit of a detox. And it's also great for a sore throat. So I will often get a teaspoon of manuka honey and put a drop of lemon on there and take that down to soothe my throat. I pretty much clean my whole house with lemon. So vinegar, water, and lemon, and sometimes I add some wild orange and some peppermint, and I clean down all my bench tops and my whole house. My window cleaner is just lemon with vinegar and water. It's a really powerful cleaner. So it is an antioxidant and a detoxifier as well, and great for elevating mood. So any of the citrus ones I love diffusing. Citrus ones I diffuse generally first thing in the morning to get us going and get us motivated. But the lemon is just really beautiful. And also in smoothies, I'll add a drop of lemon in my smoothie. And you can also make beautiful lemon bliss balls as well, or like a lemon slice. And they're great for stings and bug bites as well. You could pop lemon on a bug bite, or I've used it on like a bull ant bite for my kids, and bee stings. So any of those type things. Okay, the next couple of oils I'm going to go through are blends. So they're still pure essential oils, but they're in a blend. So the next one is Ice Blue. So I love Ice Blue. I think it smells a little bit like Deep Heat. So I'm assuming Deep Heat has some of these oils in their rub, but obviously would have a lot of other chemicals and things in there as well. But this is just a pure essential oil blend, and it is you can use it on your muscles and joints. You can use it before and after exercise. My husband does CrossFit and he uses it quite often, the Ice Blue oil. It's amazing for a deep tissue massage. One of the local football clubs, they often go and see a massage therapist. So I know my mum actually knows this massage therapist, and she was saying that she uses the Ice Blue oil when she does their massage. And one time she'd run out of the Ice Blue, so she used a different oil, and all of them complained and said, that's not the oil you normally use, because they really noticed the difference and they love that Ice Blue rub. It's really good for tension headaches. Often when I'm sitting at the computer doing a lot of work, I'll get a bit sore behind my neck and on my shoulders, a bit of shoulder tension. So I'll often just rub some of that Ice Blue in there. Easy Air, this is the respiratory blend. So any time our kids have got a bit of a cough or a sniffle, I will be putting this Easy Air in their diffuser straight away. I use it as a replacement for Vicks. So I'll dilute it and put it on their chest and their back when needed, and their feet. I've heard a lot of people diffusing it for snoring and had really great results for people that often snore. A lot of my friends that their children have a lot of respiratory problems and have to have puffers and things like that, they will use the Easy Air for their children when they're coughing a lot. And one of my friends, her child has a lot of problem with respiratory problems, she said that is more than half the amount of times that her son has been using the puffer, and she said obviously she still needs to have the puffer with him all the time, but to be able to reduce the amount that she uses it so much has really been a blessing for her family. So she always has the Easy Air plus a puffer with her at all times. So she just adores that blend. So On Guard is the next one I'll discuss. So this is called the Protective Blend. So again, this time of the year when there's lots of different bugs and things going around, we'll often diffuse this. And this is one that I have been just putting on the kids every day just to keep them healthy. So it's really great to build their immunity. So you can pop a couple of drops on their feet or down their spine. It contains nature's most powerful antioxidant. So clove oil is the most powerful antioxidant in the world, like nature's most powerful. So it's because it's got cloves, it's really good for toothaches as well. And it's really good for cleaning. So clove is really good for mold. So you can diffuse it for mold, or you can actually clean your mold. And you can actually, doTERRA do have an On Guard cleaning range as well. So I often use that for my home. So the next one is Digestin. So Digestin is a digestive blend. So this one is really great for any digestive discomfort. So any sort of tummy aches, I've used it when my children have had vomiting, just rubbed it on their tummy to ease it. We've used it for car sickness and travel sickness. Some people use it that have some intolerances to food, and if they have the wrong thing, they might get an upset tummy, so they'll use that. If my kids go to a party and eat too much lollies and feel yucky, then we'll get them Digestin on their tummy. And I've had people use it for like morning sickness and things like that. So any upset tummy, digestive issues, it's incredible for. And the last one is Slim and Sassy. So this is a metabolic blend. So this is there to support a healthy metabolism, and it's one that people will just drop in their water and sip on it daily, or you can take it internally in a capsule, and it just helps to calm the stomach and manage hunger pains, so when you've got cravings, but it's also there to lift your energy and your mood as well. So they are the essentials that every household should have, and they're ones that I use all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to be going through how do you actually get essential oils. So when you're starting with doTERRA, there are a couple of ways you can get essential oils. So you can become a member. So what a member means is that you get 25% discount off the retail price. So most people, when they start with doTERRA, they want to get, obviously everyone wants to get 25% off. So basically you would be paying the same amount that I pay. So I get that wholesale price, and anyone can get that. Whether you're doing it as a business or not, you can get that wholesale price. So to become a member, there is just a $35 membership fee. So basically that means that you could pay a $35 membership and then you can get 25% off the retail price. So that membership lasts for a year, and then you can renew your membership after that. But generally, if you get more than 1 or 2 oils, it's definitely better off getting that membership because you're saving that 25% off. Or there is also an option to waive that $35 membership fee if you decide to choose an enrolment kit. So there are a range of different enrolment kits, and I'll go through those quickly. But here are the kits here. So this means that you've got a membership. So at any time after you've got your kit, if you choose to, you can buy oils at the wholesale price. You don't need to. There's no requirement to order again if you don't wish to, but you can get one of these kits and then have that wholesale account, and it does waive you a $35 fee. So this is generally the best way to start with doTERRA because you actually get extra savings on top of the wholesale price when you get them in a collection. So the first kit there is the Essential Collection. So those oils that I went through before are all in there. Sorry, excuse me. So they're all at the 5 ml size. So you get a 5 ml bottle of lavender, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, frankincense, ice blue, easy air, digescent, and on guard. So all those 10 oils in a 5 ml, plus you'll get the 15 ml Smart and Sassy, and you'll get your membership as well. So all of those oils for $174, which is pretty incredible. And then under that, you'll see the Home Essentials kit. So this is the most popular kit that people start with. So it has those 10 oils. 9 of them are in the 15 ml bottles. So 15 ml is 250 drops, whereas the 5 ml is just 85 drops. So 3 times as much oil. So all those oils in the 15 ml, plus you get a 5 ml ice blue and a diffuser. So the diffuser pretty much ends up to be free. So that is the most popular kit, and that's $330. We also have the kit there, the Aroma Touch kit. So you'll see the oils included in that, and you get the fractionated coconut oil to be able to dilute the oils as well. Under that is the Nature's Solution kit. So this is a brand new kit to Australia. We've only just received this in the last couple of weeks. This is an incredible kit, and a lot of people are jumping on board with this one because it includes all the essentials plus a few extra different blends in there. Plus you get the hand wash and some hand wash pumps. You get the ice blue rub, and a couple of different special blends, and that beautiful wooden box. So all the details are in the form that I emailed you. We also have a beautiful emotional aromatherapy kit with Motivate, Cheer, Passion, Forgive, Consult, and Peace. So they come in that kit with the diffuser. We have the Touch kit, which is the main oils in a roller bottle. So they're pre-diluted in a roller bottle, which is really great, except then obviously you can't pop it in a diffuser or make up different blends and things like that. And then there is the oil sharing kit. So a lot of people that really want to overhaul the health of their whole home will go for this oil sharing kit. And as you can see there are loads and loads of oils included in that kit, and that is an incredibly beautiful kit to start if you really want to make big changes in your home and overhaul your whole home with essential oils. So they are the kits to get started with. So as I said, with doTERRA, once you've got a wholesale account, there's no requirement that you do need to buy every month, whereas a lot of people do choose to. So this is optional. So doTERRA, for people that do want to get a whole range of products and do want to order monthly, they actually have a loyalty rewards program. So for people that are making ongoing monthly purchases, doTERRA actually reward people for that. So there are a lot of people on the loyalty rewards that have really fallen in love with doTERRA products and find themselves ordering all the time. So they actually get rewarded with free credits. So you'll see down here that when you do decide to order monthly, the first 3 months, whatever you order, you'll get 10% back in credits. Then it goes to 15%, 20%, 25%, and 30%. So now that I've been doing it for more than 13 months, every order that I do each month, I'll get 30% back in credit points to buy free products whenever I like. So an incredible program that a lot of people are on that find themselves ordering every month. So doTERRA don't just have oils, they have beautiful shampoos and conditioners with essential oils in it. They have household cleaners, they have supplements, a whole range of different products. So I can definitely supply anybody information on the Loyalty Rewards program as well. So that's an optional program. And there are 3 ways to become an oil user. So when people start with their wholesale account, most people just want to take charge of your health and nutrition and live the doTERRA lifestyle. So you want to start using the doTERRA essential oils within your home and with your family. Some people decide to go on the loyalty rewards program and get some free products, and they want to learn to take informed self-care with the oils for their health. So yeah, live is the first way to be a member. The next part is share. So there's a lot of people that want to help others improve their health. So they have their own wholesale account, but they want to help their friends by sharing the essential oils with them. They might meet up with their friends and just tell them a little bit more about what they've learned, and then they can even host classes and be rewarded for sharing oils. So that you can actually receive commissions from doTERRA for telling other people about the oils as well. And then the third option is those that actually want to build an income or replace their income with doTERRA. So that is what I decided to do when I started with doTERRA, when I fell in love with the products and knew it was something I wanted to share with others. There is an incredible business opportunity with doTERRA as well. So there are opportunities to become financially free when you join, and I would obviously love to speak to anybody about that as well. So that is the end of my class. There are some incredible offers this month for people that start with doTERRA, which I can email out to anybody interested. But please go back to whoever sent you to come to this class. So I know there are a few people that were sent here by others to learn more about doTERRA. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but for enrollment, please head back to them. And thank you. And I'm going to check if there are any questions.